In this video, let's discuss the differences between the SONY WH-1000XM5 versus the BOWERS and WILKINS PX7 S2 headphones. At the time of making this video, the SONY XM5 headphones officially cost $50 less than the PX7 S2 headphones. Both the headphones fold flat the same way and comes with a hardshell case which has a magnetic latch to store away some cables. But the SONY XM5 headphones case is quite large than the PX7 S2 case in every angle, so this takes away some precious cargo space in your backpack. Looks-wise, the SONY XM5 definitely looks a lot modern and sleeker, but the whole thing is built out of very flimsy plastic which does not make them very durable. On the other hand, the PX7 S2 has a far more superior build quality because of their choice in materials, which makes them more durable than the Sony headphones and looks more premium too. One similarity both the headphones have is in their headband, as both have opted for a stepless slider that works silently but beautifully. The SONY XM5 weighs 250 grams and exerts around 0.8 pounds of clamping force. And on the other hand, the PX7 S2 weighs 307 grams and provides 0.9 pounds of clamping force. While I am not a big advocate of taking overhead headphones for outdoor activities, but if I had to choose one, then I would go with the PX7 S2 as it can stay in the head more securely than the XM5 while providing a better seal. And another thing with the ear cups on the PX7 S2 are that they are made from a memory foam which are rather springy than the mushy feeling that you get from the Sony XM5 headphones. So the PX7 S2 are more comfortable on the head than the Sony XM5 headphones. While testing both the headphones batteries, I had volume at 70% and ANC on the whole time and had played music over the AAC codec on my iPhone till they were both dead. In this way, I got 28 hours on the PX7 S2, which is okay, and when I recharged them for 15 minutes, it gave me 7 hours of playback time. But they do not have passive playback, so even if you're out of battery, that means they are useless. And in similar conditions, the Sony XM5 headphones lasted 30 hours, which is a little bit better than the PX7 S2, and they also have passive playback. So if you're out of battery, then you can use the cable that it comes with to enjoy some tunes, which is super convenient. Besides the power button, the Sony XM5 headphones has just one single physical button to toggle between ambient and ANC mode, and rest of the playback commands are all performed via touch controls on the outer shell of the ear cup. And the PX7 S2 has no touch controls and they have packed all controls between a couple of buttons, which works great. But there is a triple press feature to go back to the previous song, which is not always straightforward with the PX7 S2, and this is much more easier to do with the Sony XM5 headphones with just a couple of swipes. So I think Sony might have done a better job here as touch controls are more intuitive. Both the headphones connect via the latest Bluetooth 5.2 technology and supports the AAC and SBC codecs. But Sony has opted against any aptX codec support as it has only gone for LDAC. And the opposite is true for PX7 S2 as they have gone with aptX support and not LDAC. Now, if you have a DAC player, then of course Sony will be the best headphones. But if you are on an Android phone, then you might want to pick the PX7 S2 because in most phones, LDAC codec has to be selected manually, whereas aptX is always selected by default. And also, if you are in an environment where there are a lot of wireless devices, then you will have no connection issues with aptX. But that being said, if you're thinking about PC gaming, then the Sony is obviously better as it has less latency than the PX7 S2. Again, both the headphones have opted for adaptive noise cancellation, which practically decides for you what the ANC strength should be depending on your environment. I am not a big fan of this technology as this feature or algorithm has not been perfected by either of these companies yet. So there were plenty of occasions where I wanted the ANC to be on high, but it just did not kick in. Also, a complaint that I have with the Sony XM5 is that slight head movements will cause the ANC level to shift, which is super annoying. But side by side, the Sony XM5 headphones are much more stronger than the PX7 S2 in every scenario. There is simply no comparison here as PX7 S2 are quite average. I felt like the only scenario where the PX7 S2 were a little bit competitive with the Sony XM5 was in a cafe or office situation where they wanted to dull out some background chatter. But the ambient mode is a little disappointing as nearby nearby conversations or sounds did not come through as well when the mode was engaged on the PX7S2, whereas Sony did a very good job. The Sony XM5 has bass-heavy sound profile, which is not new for Sony headphones. If you listen to a lot of hip-hop or EDMs, then there are few headphones which are better than the Sony XM5s. They have also made some slight adjustments in the EQ to scoop the mid-range and treble range a little bit, which makes them good for rock or alternative listeners as well. If you need some more adjustments, the built-in equalizer can give you plenty of option to do that as well. But just FYI that on bass heavy songs, if you put the equalizer on bass heavy profile too, then the chances are that the song will get muddy. And the PX7S2 has a neutral sound profile on the other hand, with a much tighter and more accurate bass than the Sony XM5 headphones. But of course, their bass response is lower than the Sony XM5, so fans of hip hop and EDMs may be left wanting a little bit more. They also have a little scoop mid, but it is not too much to take away its flatness of the frequency curve. And on the equalizer, there is only 2 bands, so you cannot do too much adjustments there. But I don't think that is required at all, as the default sound signature is very good. I think this will come down to personal music taste at the end of the day. If you want head-rattling sound, good volume level and good bass, then get the Sony. But if you predominantly listen to classical or acoustic or alternative music, then the PX7S2 will be better. The sharpness and the accuracy of a lead guitar and the depth of layers in music is why you would want to get the PX7S2. Also, soundstage wise, both are very wide. But with Sony's 360 audio and with Tidal subscription, you can take the virtual soundstage to a whole different level, which is just not possible with the PX7S2.
Testing the microphone of the BOWERS and WILKINS PX7S2 headphones. Mic check, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Mic check, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Testing the headphones of the Sony XM5s. Mic check, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Mic check, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3.
As you just heard, both the headphones struggle a lot in windy and noisy environment. They both will just chop off voice as the noise cancellation is so aggressive. And with slight head movements, the microphone seems to lose the voice at times completely. But if you are indoors, both will sound pretty good. But I guess if I had to pick a winner, I think I would go for the PX7S2 as they tended to do better taking calls outdoors. So overall, I think if you need excellent ANC and if you're happy with a bass heavy sound profile, then the Sony XM5 should be on the top of your buying list. They are an excellent pair of all-rounder headphones. On the other hand, if you are happy with subpar ANC but need the sound to come like it was in the master track, then buy the PX7S2. It also has a better build quality and aptX codec support, which is missing on the Sony XM5. But that's just me. Please let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section down below, and if you enjoyed watching this video, then please like, share and subscribe. This is Nafis signing off till next week. Peace.